Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction to Everton 3, West Bromwich Albion 0 in the Premier League at Goodison today. Job done. Job very well done. Thought it was going to be a difficult game, and aspects of it were difficult, but in the end, a thoroughly professional performance by Ronald Koeman's men. The team, seeing the team, and was a little bit like, really understand why Gareth Barry's in there. Phil Jagielka was back, of course, instead of Funes Mori. And Kevin Morales coming up front, well, over on the left where he's not fantastic because he's too deep. So, no problem with Morales coming into the side. I didn't really have any issue with Jagielka coming into the side. But the Gareth Barry one, I've got to be honest, I was a bit like, oh, why is not Garner? But got to hold my hands up. Gareth Barry was fantastic, as was Jagielka, to be fair. But, yeah, you know, Tony Pulis' men came. He made a couple of changes. Chris Brunt didn't play. He's one of their better players. Rondon's and James Morrison, who I think is a very good footballer, was also on the bench. So they come to try and be nice and compact. They are absolutely massive as a team. They're all big players. And Everton had a lot of the ball in the game. But I found it a little bit frustrating at times because they are so big. We were reduced to having shots from outside the box in the first 10-15 minutes. But we got into a decent rhythm. They break the game up. Listen, people, you know, talking, coming out of the stadium then and walking home and walking back to the car rather than people were kind of having a go at West Brom. But I want to have a go at them. That's up to them, isn't it? I wouldn't want to go away and watch that. I know they're more expansive at home, away from home. I wouldn't want to go away and watch that. But I have gone away and watched that because under Walter Smith, I remember going to Filbert Street and we played 6 centre-halves and we drew 0-0 and Steve Watson was one of our strikers. So you know what it's like when you're trying to get results like that. It's not very good to watch. But from our point of view, sitting there watching it, because we want to see teams come and attack us so we can pick them off and score the goals, don't we? So it can be frustrating. But what I thought Everton done really well, Gareth Barry, him and Schneiderlin were excellent in the middle of the park, and they shut that middle of the park down very early on, and they just were able to pick people off. Ross Barkley, brilliant again. I mean, you know, I just want the lad to get this contract signed and all this nonsense talk to stop, because for the handful of people who slated him and would get rid of him, he's rubbish and he's not going to do this, Everton without Ross Barkley would be half the side. End of story. He's our most creative player. He's our best player still. You know, when him and Lukaku have got that lovely little relationship going, and the pair of them are vital to us as we go forward. But the midfield, I thought we've done well. Tom Davies done well. Kevin Morales, the opening 20, wasn't in it. And it's really frustrating because it is. I don't think it's because of Morales. I think it's just the way Koeman wants him to play. And Brom was isolated against big, strong centre-backs. And I think we've got to try and get people around Lukaku. We'll get the best out of him when that happens. And, you know, but we kept plugging away. We were nice and patient, and we get the goal. And we get the goal from Ross Barkley taking a chance. It was a good little move out wide. It comes in. Ross gets it out of his feet. It's a good shot. Ben Foster makes a good save, but spills it. And Morales does really well following it in. And we don't get enough of those goals. We don't have enough people running on to things. And Morales stayed alive, kept himself alive. The ball breaks and he wrapped it into the park end net, and we'd broken the deadlock. And you could see West Brom physically, everything dropped. They were just like, there's our plan A gone out the window. What do we do now? And what we done well was, if we give a set piece away, we defended it really well. Ross Barkley won lots of headers at the near post. Lukaku won a couple. We just made sure they didn't get any free headers in. And we should have had the penalty. No question about it. Early on, I think Lukaku, it's the outside of the post with one when he's on his right foot. We get the goal, then we should have had a penalty. Seamus Coleman. It was a ball round the corner. It might have been Ross that's played him round the corner. Gets away. It's brought down. It looked a Stonewall penalty to me. I haven't seen it again, but at the ground, it looked a Stonewaller. And the referee just bottled it. And I've heard on the radio, the commentator on the radio said they'd seen it again and it was a penalty, and it was a penalty. But we kept it going. Morales, lovely little bit of work on the edge of our box, popped it off to Ross. He gives it to Gareth Barry, and Gareth Barry plays the outside of a foot pass to Lukaku, which was brilliant. And Rom done really well. A couple of step overs, held it up big and strong, comes back inside, clips the ball through him. Schneiderlin had carried his run. 2 great touches to take him away from the defence, Johnny Evans, and just dinks it over Ben Foster. It was an absolutely brilliant goal. You know, and we're 2-0 up going into the break, and you know, after half an hour, you're thinking we're gonna need something special to break these down. We go in 2-0 up, and then the second half was just really professional. We just knocked it around in possession. We were really good. We lost Leighton Baines through a back injury, clearing a ball. I seen him, he was below me, he was holding his back straight away, stretching it out. So, but I believe, again, according to the radio, it doesn't look too bad, and he's expected to play against Hull next Saturday. Funes Mori come on at left back. I want to say done okay. He done okay. But I thought what we done was we just control the game. We just popped it off and got it back and knocked it in. And Barry and Schneiderlin again in the middle of the park into Ross. Ross was doing step overs, buying us time. You know, and we just kept it. We kept them at arm's length. It was the classic hold on the head while they swing, but they didn't really swing. You know, Ben Foster he started wasting time in the second minute, taking goal kicks, and quite oddly, he was wasting time in the 70th minute, and they were 2-0 down. He was messing around with the ball and moving, and you're thinking, you're 2-0 down, get on with it. You know, and we literally stopped them having anything. I think they had a header. I don't know whether it was McLean in the first half, where he headed it back across the goal, and Joel caught it. It wasn't even an attempt. And I think Robson Kanu had a shot which Joel parried in the second half. After that, I honestly can't remember them doing anything. We defended set pieces really well. And Ronald Koeman said, I just heard him speaking after the game, said they spent Thursday and Friday practicing how to defend set pieces. The previous regime said there was no point defending set pieces or working on them. And there's a lovely difference, isn't it? The fact that it's another clean sheet. Anyway, Ronald Koeman, you know, made some change. He brought Calvert-Lewin on. Morales went off. Calvert-Lewin just gave us that little bit extra of energy. Morales had done really well after the goal. He picked his game up and was hard working, and he was trying to get involved. Calvert-Lewin come on and just kept more of that going. And we get the third goal again. Good little move comes to Funes Mori, plays the ball down the line. Ross Barkley gets it, couple of step overs, waits, sends back onto his right foot, and just stands the perfect cross up to Romelu Lukaku. Bullet header, back of the net. Really clever header, back where the keeper comes from. And it's 3-0 and it's game over. And a made up Rom got his 19th of the season. And Garner, onto his left foot last minute, whacks one against the outside of the post. Would have been the cherry on the top, but we can't complain. You know, since the Liverpool defeat, you know, we've had 3 against Southampton, 4 against City, 6 against Bournemouth, 2 against Sunderland, and now 3 against West Bromwich Albion. And only Bournemouth to score in those games, which is a bit bizarre. But we've won the game 3-0. It was a big game. You know, they were sniffing round us. They'd have beat us today. They'd have been a point behind us. But as it stands, we've beat them 3-0. It's another clean sheet. We're now 7 points ahead of West Bromwich Albion in the Premier League. Man City have won today, so they've jumped into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Arsenal playing Lincoln now, when I'm recording it. When you're watching it, it's probably done, maybe. So we expect Arsenal to get through there. We've also got, so that'd be 2, and we've got Tottenham at home to Millwall. I'm expecting them to win. And we've also got Chelsea, Manchester United on Monday night, so that'll be another one. So then the semi-finals are basically all the top sides. So that's down to 7th place for the Europa League. And now I'm just checking if Arsenal have scored already as I'm filming this. No, they haven't. That'd be, you know, that's 4 of the top 5 in the semi, so 7th would be guaranteed, and we've got that cushion now. So got Hull City next week at home. Thankfully, Nias won't be playing. The goal machine, that is Umar Nias, won't be playing. So another chance for us to get 3 points. It'll be another tough game, but if we can knock out those 3 points again, who knows how close we'll be to everybody above us. And then we go to Anfield in the derby. So big times coming ahead. That's it from me. Don't forget to check out Ped's Instant Match Reaction. I'll do a player ratings as well. and then we're back in the studio on Monday for the final word. Check all of the videos, give us a thumbs up, tell your mates, leave us a comment, and we'll have a look at it. And yeah, take it easy. Enjoy your Saturday night. Another win for Everton. Onwards and upwards. I've been Baz. See you soon on Toffee TV.